Welcome to the 7th episode of our podcast series, 50 Shades of Jewish Grief. I'm Rabbi Shlomo Segal. Please subscribe to this channel and give us a like. This podcast is dedicated to the memory of Leonard ben Avraham. Today's podcast is called The Shoe Brightens the Soul. As Pesach approaches, lots of us begin spring cleaning. It's only natural. In that spirit, the question we will address today is whether it is permitted to donate or give away items from a deceased loved one. According to the Shulchan Aruch, the Code of Jewish Law, anything that is attached to the body of the dead is forbidden to be kept by the living. For example, hair or even a wig. Those things are tied to the body, and a living person cannot be a recipient of such ornaments. A ring, however, may be removed from a dead person's finger and used by a living person. Donating or giving away the clothing of a deceased person has never really been a subject of debate. Giving away shoes of a deceased person, however, is a bit controversial. Some Jews have a custom of throwing away the shoes of a person who died. The original source of this practice comes from Rabbi Judah ben Samuel Regensburg, a Kabbalist in Germany in the 13th century, who stated, "A person should not give charity from something which is dangerous." The question is, what makes shoes dangerous? Some speculate that the reasoning is related to contagious diseases. According to one halachic authority, the restriction on shoes applies only if the shoes were worn by a deceased person at the time of their death. Another halachic authority, Rabbi Gavriel Zinner, states that the shoes of a deceased person should be discarded for two reasons. Number one, shoes contain sweat from the feet of the deceased. Now, based upon this reasoning, an obvious question can be asked. Why are there no restrictions regarding shirts, scarves, hats, etc.? Logic would dictate that those garments may be more susceptible to contagious diseases since they would likely contain sweat from the person wearing those items. Some might argue that those items are washable while shoes aren't. In today's day and age, however, shoes can also be thoroughly cleaned and disinfected. The second reason given by Rabbi Zinner is that the wearer of the shoes might dream about the dead person coming back and taking the shoes. Now, the above statement refers to the Talmud in Tractate Berachot, which offers various interpretations of a variety of different kinds of dreams a person might have as he or she sleeps. The Talmud states that a dream in which a dead person comes to take back an object is a good omen unless the object is either a shoe or a sandal. According to Rashi, a shoe or sandal is symbolic of those who leave the house. Presumably, if the deceased removes a shoe or sandal, the dream means that the corpse will take others out of the house with him or her. Please note, however, that the Talmud is discussing the subject of dreams and is not actually talking about which possessions of the dead are or are not permitted to make use of or donate to the poor, etc. It is a major stretch to use this text in the service of Bal Tashchit, wanton destruction, which is a biblical prohibition. In conclusion, do not hesitate to donate shoes which belong to someone who has passed away, provided they are in relatively decent condition. It is far more noble to perform a meritorious act like giving charity in memory of a deceased loved one than to hyper-focus on a custom which has no real basis in the halachic literature and is merely practiced on shaky and superstitious grounds. I'm Rabbi Shlomo Segal. Thank you for listening and look forward to chatting with you in the comments below.